Welcome back on the AM show. Now, your heart is essential to your well-being. Without it, you will be dead. You wouldn't be here. And that's why it is crucial, this latest development, the partnering of the Tamale Teaching Hospital and Arrhythmia Alliance Pace for Life. They've brought to bear some groundbreaking medical stuff. And today we have, to tell us all about it, Dr. Kamel Addo. He's a cardiac, I have to take my time here, electrophysiologist. Okay, it wasn't so bad. He's from Columbus, Ohio, and he joins us for this conversation. When I say from, it doesn't mean he's necessarily from there. I'm sure you can tell from the name. But Dr. Addo, thank you so much for joining the conversation.
Well, thank you, Benjamin. It's my pleasure to join in this conversation.
Now, we know that a team of cardiologists from Columbus in Ohio brought this to bear, partnering with the Tamale Teaching Hospital. How did all of this come about?
Well, I want to start by first saying that in Ghana currently, we have some excellent doctors who implant pacemakers. They are concentrated mostly in Accra and then also in Kumasi. So these services are actually quite available. However, it's expensive to have a pacemaker implanted, and so it's not, while the service is available, it's not readily affordable to a lot of people.
Right.
Then the other issue is that in the whole swath of the northern part of Ghana, there is, up until now, has not been availability of this service at all.
Like completely absent in the northern belt of the country?
That's right.
Up until this point?
Yes.
Wow. And that's why it is indeed groundbreaking. But what got your attention to this? For which reason your team of doctors collaborated with the Tamale Teaching Hospital to come down here and perform these three surgeries?
So in the last year, there has been cardiology services available in the north, based at Tamale Teaching Hospital. And we have two excellent cardiologists, Dr. Jifa Haji and Dr. Saburu Yakubu. So they, in the past year, have been doing their best to get a cardiology program going. Okay. And this effort started out as a networking meeting between Dr. Yakubu and one of the folks from Pace for Life. And it started a conversation that expanded to a point where we started exploring the possibility of starting this service, a pacemaker service at Tamale Teaching Hospital. So it took a lot of collaboration between many partners. So primarily Arrhythmia Alliance Pace for Life. There is also another organization from the so Arrhythmia Alliance Pace for Life is based in the UK, but there's also another organization in the US called My Heart, Your Heart. Now they refurbish pacemakers and make them available for implant for free. Okay. So it was a collaboration between them. How we came in from the team from Columbus is that also during networking, we discussed, and I was asked if I would be able to put together a team to travel to Tamale to start this pacemaker program in collaboration with the folks at Tamale Teaching Hospital. All right. And that's how it came to be.
So to ensure that we are not speaking over the heads of some of our viewers, just to ensure that we situate the conversation properly, what is a pacemaker? What does it do?
So a pacemaker is an electronic device. It's a really small electronic device that is implanted by cardiologists or cardiac surgeons under the skin. It's usually below the left shoulder or below the right shoulder, but it connects to the heart using wires.
It connects to the heart using wires. Okay.
So, and these wires are called leads. They travel through veins and go into the heart, and they are attached to the heart muscle. And from there, what they do is they look out for missing heartbeats. So they're primarily for people who have heart rates that are too slow to enable them to be able to function properly. it causes these patients to have symptoms like dizziness, lightheadedness, passing out, and just low energy levels, sometimes shortness of breath. So when these are recognized and attributed to slow heart rates, then implanting a pacemaker relieves all these symptoms and allows them to live just a better life.
The quality of life, you know, is enhanced.
Yes.
Practically close to normalcy,
Yes.
basically. And in terms of the relevance of this surgery, just how expensive is it? Ordinarily, if you were getting a pacemaker inserted, about how much, could you give us a ballpark figure?
What I've heard so far is that it probably is upwards of about $10,000.
Upwards of $10,000. That means in Ghana cedis, you'd be looking at upwards of 120,000 cedis, not to talk of maybe aftercare, medication, and all of that. So that would be quite a lot for an ordinary Joe in Ghana, which is why it's so relevant that you performed these 3 surgeries. But how did you target those 3? How did it go about that?
So this particular effort through Arrhythmia Alliance Pace for Life is actually designed to put together teams of cardiologists and nurses and device specialists who go out to places. And the real goal is to implant these devices for free for people who cannot afford to finance a pacemaker implant.
And I know that there's also a plan to teach, to train others so that they can also take up the mantle. What's the approach you're using?
So I'm glad you bring this up because the approach is not really for folks from from outside the country to just come in and implant these devices and then leave and then come again. The real goal is to transfer skills to the local doctors and local practitioners here and the entire team that's here. So what we did is that we identified the doctors here in Ghana and then also the rest of the team that would be involved in implanting the pacemakers here. And then we matched them with teams of folks who are very well versed in the various aspects of running a program like that. So we brought together that team from the U.S., in this case from Columbus, Ohio, and then collaborated with a team here at Tamale Teaching Hospital to really work on transferring these skills and starting the program. The end goal, our goal is that sometime in the near future, that Tamale Teaching Hospital staff will be able to implant these pacemakers by themselves without any outside help.
That's interesting, meaning moving forward, there is a plan. It's sort of training of trainer situation.
Exactly.
But do you plan on coming back, at least for the next few years, to assist in this process? Is there a plan?
Yes, we plan on, at the current time, the 2 cardiologists over there in Tamale are not ready to implant these devices by themselves. So we will continue to support them, bring in teams every time we have sort of a week to implant devices. We'll bring teams from outside with a skill set to continue with that knowledge transfer. And so there will be a series of these things along the way until such time that they feel comfortable, that they have acquired enough skills to be able to continue to
do them on their
own.
Right.
Yes.
Any final words, Dr. Ado?
Well, I'd like to really acknowledge...
I was hoping you would do that. Any people who are supported in this?
Yes. First and foremost is a team from Tamale. We have been so impressed with them. It's actually a team that's used to doing orthopedic surgery.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, so we started this program in an orthopedic surgery theater using the orthopedic surgery team team over there. And they perform marvelously, and we have been very impressed, and we really our hearts out to them, and we're very grateful for their support in this endeavor. So I'd like to acknowledge them. Secondly, the team from Columbus, Ohio. This is a great team of 5 of us, but they were nurses and what we call radiation technicians and then device specialists that volunteered their time to make this trip and to make this happen. And then lastly, Arrhythmia Alliance Pays for Life and My Heart, Your Heart, the organizations that were involved in providing the pacemakers and also funding this trip to actually make the entire process and the cost free for these 3 patients that were implanted. And then of course I can't end without acknowledging my good friend Dr. Smart Gavwa, who's a general surgeon at Nyaho Clinic. He really came along with us, and being somebody who's on the ground in Ghana, he was in charge of logistics of the day-to-day running of the place and enable this to be a success.
Well, Dr. Ado, we pray for the very best for you, your team in Columbus, Ohio, the Tamale Teaching Hospital team, and moving forward, the many lives that you keep touching. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the work you do. Just stay with us. So Dr. Kamel Ado is a cardiac electrophysiologist in Columbus, Ohio, and they partnered the Tamale Teaching Hospital, of course, Arrhythmia Alliance, Peace for Life, among others, to bring this to bear for those with heart conditions. Well, that is how we cap off the show this morning for this Friday morning, but we'll leave you with our interaction, okay, with the University of Education Winnipeg's Media Journalism School. They had some wonderful bits to share with us, which we share with you now as we cap off the AM show. God willing, on Monday, well, the crew will be here as always to serve you. And right after this, of course, we have Joy News Desk. Thank you for watching.